Welcome in, Big Rapids fans, as the Big Rapids Cardinals on the road on this Monday afternoon, heading over to Grand Rapids to play Forest Hills Northern Eastern. The 5-9-1 Cardinals against a 9-4-0 Birddogs team. It's going to be a tough matchup for Big Rapids today on this interesting Monday afternoon game, a 3:30 time of ice. So they take the ice for warm-ups at 3:30. We'll have puck drop probably 15 minutes after that. So coming up pretty soon, as we have 5 minutes left in warm-ups before starting lineups in National Anthem. But just taking a look at these two teams stat-wise, 13 games played for Forest Hills, 9-4-0, a .692 point percentage, and for Big Rapids, 15 games played, 5-9-1, a .367 point percentage. 40 goals for, 51 against, a -11 difference for Big Rapids. For Forest Hills, 47 for, 31 against, a +16 differential. 116 penalty minutes for the Cardinals, 120 for the Birddogs. So a very even matchup on the penalty sheet. And looking at the goal scoring differential, it really comes down to the starter for Forest Hills Northern Eastern, Caleb Woolery, who is 7-2-0 with a 1.88 goals against average and a .923 save percentage. 100 points better than his backup, Will Gill, who's 2-2-0, .361 goals against, and an .823 save percentage. So most likely Woolery to face off against Evan Bowen, who enters today 4-8-1 with a .275 goals against and an .886 save percentage. People to watch out for the Birddogs. Number 23, Leo Tilley, is leading the team in goals, assists, and then therefore in points. Tied for assists with 10. He's got 8 goals, 10 assists, 18 points. He's tied with number 55, Mitchell Bogema, who has 4 goals, 10 assists, and 14 points. Kalen McLee, also a top goal scorer for the Birddogs, 7, 9, and 16. Ryan Almassian, a 6, 6, and 2 spread so far. And Nick Kuhn, 8, 5, and 13. So he's tied for the goal lead as well with Leo Tilley. On the Cardinals side, Brendan Pippin has moved up, one above Luke Welch in the point totals. 5 goals, 12 assists, 17 points for Brendan Pippin. And he's got a +8 plus-minus, which is tied for the team lead with Brogan Jones. Luke Welch, 12 goals, 4 assists, 16 points, leads the team in goals. And Grant Kidder putting some more numbers up in the past week and a half, and sits at 6, 7, and 13 now. It'll be a little bit nicer of a game for Big Rapids, as all 3 that were not in the lineup in Traverse City last weekend, those were Maverick Strokirch, Tyler Blanchard, and Emma Dahm, are all back, along with head coach Tim Blashill. So the 4 that were missing with COVID protocol and injuries are all back with the Cardinals today. So no one out of the starting lineup for Big Rapids, no one missing from the bench. A full squad here in Grand Rapids at Patterson Ice Center. Forest Hills Northern Eastern, a deep team roster-wise. They have 13 forwards and 7D, along with 2 goaltenders, where Big Rapids, 12 forwards, 6D, a goalie, and some of those skaters, about 7 of them are both ways, a forward and a defenseman. But it's been typical that right now there's been about 12 skaters on the front side and 6 on the back. Both Gill and Woolery, a lefty catch goaltender, so they will match up against Evan Bowen, the same handedness, the usual handedness of a goaltender. Stick in the right hand, catching glove on the left. As we're under a minute in warm-ups, a whistle coming from the referee crew for the captains to come meet with them. That's Grant Kidder and Brendan Pippin shaking hands with the 2 officials wearing the orange armbands and now the 2 linesmen. Big Rapids coming off of a overtime win and a regulation loss, 1-1-0 this past weekend in Traverse City. They played Thursday, Friday, so kind of before the weekend, but it was a Thursday through Saturday tournament. A 2-1 win in overtime over Davison, and then a 2-1 loss in regulation against Macomb, Dakota. And those 2 games coming off of their best game, a 3-0 shutout victory against the Petoskey Northmen at home. So an upwards trend for Big Rapids, and this is the time that when you're going to play some tough opponents, you'd love to be in that upwards trend. As the horn sounds, and now teams just got to collect the pucks, and we'll get ready for starting lineups and national anthem. The cut before the warm-up, so no Zamboni between, so we'll keep it here. And we'll send it down for the public address announcer.
Starting for the Cardinals, on defense, number 23, on defense, number 29, Bowen. At left wing, number 13, Tyler. At center, number 3, Grant. At right wing, number 14, Brendan. And in goal, number 1, Evan Bowen. And now for your Birddogs. On defense, the freshman, number 3, Mike DeHaan. On defense, number 6, the junior, Drew Donikowski. At forward, a sophomore, number 13, J.P. McGinnis. At forward, a junior, number 23, Liam Tilley. At forward, a senior, number 74, Sam Seaver. And between the pipes, the senior, number 29, William Gill. And everyone, please rise and remove your hats. Active or retired military personnel may keep their hats on while rendering the military salute. As our national anthem is performed by Forest Hills Northern Senior, Olivia High.
Starting lineups for your Big Rapids Cardinals: Grant Kidder, Brendan Pippin, and Tyler Bigford on the front end, the 3 senior trio. On the back end, Jack Balahowski, Owen Bome, and in net, Evan Bowen. 5 of the 6 starters for Big Rapids seniors today. Balahowski, a sophomore. And for Forest Hills Northern Eastern, J.P. McGinnis, Leo Tilley, and Sam Sieber on the front end, with Ike DeHaan and Drew Donikowski on defense, with Will Gill in net. A goaltender matchup of 4-8-1 Evan Bowen, 2.75 GAA, and an 8.86 save percentage against Will Gill, 2-2-0 record, a 3.61 goals against average, and an 8.23 save percentage. Big Rapids in their blue jerseys with the white and red stripes on the bottom. Forest Hills Northern Eastern in the white with the black 3 stripes around the bottom and on the sleeves. Puck drop won by Big Rapids, and we're set here at Patterson Ice Center. Balahowski dumps it in. Bigford down there to attack with Pippin along with them. Kidder down low as the puck goes behind the net, and Forest Hills breaks it up through the center of the ice. Beaumais back in his own end. Bouncing puck, loses it. Near side, Pippin flips it off the boards out to center ice, and now dumped back in by the Birddogs. Balahowski retreats behind his net. Pass far side. Across through the neutral zone, and now Pippin with it. Dumps it. And a change of the starting line for Big Rapids. Birddogs across the red line. Dump in, broken up by Tanner Flax. Chopped away by Blanchard. And Forest Hills dumps it in. Bowen behind his net to stop it. McDonald with it, has a man on him, goes back to the near side. Stretch pass for Welch. Has Blanchard and Flax with him. Welch takes it himself, near side, in on his backhand. Throws it to the net, on net. And Blanchard with the rebound off the goalpost. Forest Hills spins back in their own zone as they look to break it out. Near side, Kuhn has his pass tipped into the zone. Blanchard off his skate and out. And this one will go for no icing as it's waved off by the near side linesman. Pass through center ice, broken up by Beaumais. No icing on that one as he took the man instead of the puck. And now Strokirch back from COVID protocol out on the ice for his first shift today. Tipped in and off of the bench, they say, so the whistle will come back with a face-off just outside the Cardinal blue line. 15-11 left in the first period. 1 shot for Big Rapids so far. Somsel with Martin, with Strokirch, and with Martin. Dumped in, Forest Hills throws it off the near boards, and Beaumais stops it just inside the blue line. Wrapped around to the far side. Birddogs trying again, but it gets stuffed there as Somsel pinned with Martin, with Balahowski, and Martin behind them. Now gets out, and Beaumais the last man for the Cardinals. Off the near boards, and Strokirch chips it in deeper, and they'll go for another change. Welch with Young and Logan Leiter out there now. Leiter back out to the blue line for Carter. Throws it down off a leg pad in the corner. Young, 1-on-2, chips it back to the corner, back around the net by the Birddogs. Tilley back behind his own goal line. Stretch pass all the way out to Cardinal blue line, 1-on-1, dances across, brought down. And Welch recovers the bouncing puck. Moves it to McDonald and back to Welch. Nice tic-tac-toe passing there to Leiter. And now another stretch pass. Now an opportunity for Forest Hills. In shot, and they score. Mitchell Bogema with the breakaway pass as Big Rapids was changing. And he just shoots it low glove on Evan Bowen, and a first shot, first goal for Forest Hills just past the 14-minute mark here in the first. Bogema's 5th goal, bringing up to 15 points this season. Top line back out to counter for Big Rapids. Kidder with the face-off win. Dumped in on net on Bowen. Sticks it to the corner. Balhofsky can't get there first as Healy gets there. Now Balhofsky with it again. Takes a big hit from Bogema. Healy throws it back down deep. Goes all the way around for Pippin, though, at the near side. Digging and working it out. Back in the Cardinals zone, Jones, as I was listening to the public address announcer for the goal, it was Bogema from Healy and Almassian. Jones hits a man in the corner. Now Balhofsky with it. Goes around his net, takes a bump, keeps going. Goes backhand off the boards and flipped out by Bigford, and now Kidder across the blue line into the attacking zone. 3-on-3 down there. Number 3 on number 3, and DeHaan on Kidder. Out to the blue line, but kept by Blanchard, who throws it in deep. Flax and Blanchard on the attack as the third offensive skater changes, as it's now Welch who comes in and pokes at that puck. Forest Hills gets it through the blue line, though. Into the attacking zone. Almassian with it out to the top of the blue line. Shot blocked by Flax to the near corner. Pass out front. Blocked by the paddle of Bowen, and back to that corner again. Welch now skates out with it. Flips it off the boards and out. Cross ice pass for the defenseman, and now up through the neutral zone. 2-on-2 going wide. Forest Hills on the backhand forehand. And goes to the backhand again. He can't get the shot off. Strokirch with it. Loses his footing on his left skate. Gets back up. And now Jones. Near side. Off the glass and just outside the blue line as Donikowski throws it back in. Bowen plays it again and throws it around far side. Martin peeled off the boards, couldn't get back in time, and now McDonald with it behind his net. Off the dasher and up high, and that one will go over the glass and out of play with 11:31, so we'll come back down to the Cardinals zone. So the Cardinals trail 1-0 with the goal just 3 minutes into the game for Forest Hills. Situation that they've been on both sides of, early goal scoring in the last 3 games. Chipped by Martin off that wraparound, and it hit a glove on the Cardinal bench, and we'll have a face-off on the far side of the Cardinals zone again. Samsel on the draw for Big Rapids. Gets poked through his legs and covered by Bowen, and will do it yet again. So Kidder, Pippin, and Big for the top line with Welch, Blanchard, Flax, and it's looking like Samsel, Martin, and Strokirch with Young and Leiter cycled in there. And Zach Jones back on the defensive side. This one will come all the way down for icing. And we'll go all the way back to the Big Rapids side. Looks like Flax on the draw. And that one finally controlled by Forest Hills after a tie-up, and the puck moved to the end boards, or to the half boards. And now coming out of the corner and tripping up on a stick was Young. Flax lifts a stick. Young can poke it through, and now Leiter with it. Gets it across, throws it across the blue line. Forest Hills counters, and Carter Leiter throws it back off the boards. And Flax now into the zone. Shot from the top of the circle off the stick of Gill into the corner. Back out front and jamming for a loose rebound. Flax now loose puck again. And now cleared by Forest Hills. Flurry of shots and chances right there. The man in front just getting roughed up. And now back up to his feet was Logan Leiter. Balahowski back on the clearing by Forest Hills. Fans on the pass. Leiter retreats to get it. Goes high off the glass and off the body of Almassian. Young with a stick in there. Can't get it off of Forest Hills. And a shot off the goal shaft. The stick shaft of Evan Bowen's goal stick. And now Tilley goes far side for Forest Hills. At the top of the circle, shot off the blocker. Rebound near side. Donikowski with it, throws it. Intercepted by Carter Leiter. Balahowski circles back. Now back behind the net. Failed breakout attempt on the far side. Kidder reverses flow, near side, off the boards for Leiter. Leiter and Young got trapped as there was a change, and now Young will throw it down, and now they'll be able to get a change. No icing as it was just trickling. And barely getting to it, DeHaan. But Leiter and Young tried to change earlier and got stuck out there, and it was almost disastrous in their own end with tired guys on the ice. Dom against the boards. Gets it cleared out to the blue line, but saved by Forest Hills. Off DeHaan's stick. Controls again. Shot gets tipped. A rebound and a save by Bowen as he slides over to his left. Loose puck goes behind the net. Pippin throws it around to the blue line near side. DeHaan with it again. DeHaan moves it across. Bogema with it. Now to Donikowski. Goes through a toe drag, and shot gets tipped up into the protective netting and out of play for a whistle. 8:44 left in the first period. Just nearly halfway through this first frame. 1-0 Forest Hills as the face-off by Bogema pushed through the Big Rapids centerman's legs, and now Flax with it, dumps it off of a body, loosened at the top of the circle, now found by some players. It's Blanchard with it, curls and throws it back down off the end boards. McDonald, slap shot goes way about 15 feet to the left of the net and into the corner. Kept by Bome, throws it back down deep. Flax on the forecheck. Blanchard near side gets there first. Chips it off the glass and must have hit the protective netting again. And we have another whistle. Play comes out as it was Blanchard who threw it off the glass and into the netting. Face off, controlled by Big Rapids as they throw it in on net by Strokirch. Martin in fast on the forecheck. But a breakout pass near side off a stick and loose to the neutral zone. Jones gets there first, throws it off the boards, but Tilley intercepts and hits his man offside, and it will come back to center ice as McGinnis was not back over the blue line, and the dump in hit him right in the back. 7:59 left in the first. Big Rapids gets it in the zone, and Forest Hills reverses. Donikowski pass for Tilley, too strong. Balahowski off the boards, and now Strokirch with the counterattack. Goes wide. Makes a windmill move through the legs, but can't get to the loose puck afterwards. And now a breakout attempt. Bouncing puck past a stick and Healy, and Jones throws it back in. Move at the blue line for Forest Hills as they get it across center ice and dump it in. Young back in his corner. McDonald off his skate and out to the blue line, but kept by Forest Hills. Jones on the near side now. Goes high off the boards and then gloved by Logan Leiter out to the neutral zone, and DeHaan back for Forest Hills. Flips it. Leiter tries to headbutt it, but missed. And now coming back the other way. Almassian shot tipped and goes into the netting for a stoppage again. 6:56 left. Face-off won by Big Rapids, and McDonald goes around to the far side. Bigford misses the tip, goes to Pippin, who loses his footing. And now Kidder with it. Dangle off a skate. And now McDonald with it. into the zone, gets stood up, and now flipped, and Kidder knocks it down with a glove. That's a touch at first. He does. Now he's got control. Goes through a man, loose puck bouncing, goes back across to Pippin and just past Pippin for the one-timer as it was still bouncing in the air and couldn't get a handle on it. Pippin on the half boards down to a knee, digging with Bigford. Now Pippin down again with Almassian and flipped out. McDonald gloves it down, throws it back into the Birddogs zone as a 5-man change for Big Rapids with 6:12 left in the first. Break-in attempt for Forest Hills. Now gets stuck around the boards by the Comerica Bank sign. Falling, a Big Rapids player in Balahowski. Out front, pass blocked by Bome as a man was in the slot for Forest Hills, uncovered. Bome dumps it in, and they declare icing as he was just about a step behind his red line. They'll bring the faceoff all the way back down to Big Rapids zone with 5:47 left. Welch on the faceoff wins it back cleanly, and Bome wraps it around. Forest Hills throws it down deep, goes behind the net. Out front, blocked by Blanchard by his skate. Comes around the near corner. Forest Hills with it again. Back out to the blue line. Donikowski, but intercepted by Flax. Breaks it out. And now Bogema retreats with Forest Hills. Off the boards, Healy with it. Looks for a man, and Kuhn off his stick and in, and they'll change. 5 minutes left in the first. As a stretch pass for Flax, and he'll dump it in a completed change for Big Rapids as Martin goes in with McDonald and Jones on the blue line. Now comes Somsel and Strokirch as well. Back across the blue line, Almassian in, forehand shot, and it just goes through the blocker right under the arm, and Almassian with a very tight corner shot just chips it under the arm of Bowen, and it's a 2-0 lead for Forest Hills. Back into the Cardinals zone, another shot goes around the glass and out to the blue line, kept there by DeHaan, shot off of and saved by Bowen's right leg pad. Now McGinnis, shimmy shake move to his forehand, looks, goes around the net, fakes Bowen, he's down, and pass out front, gets knocked to the corner. Back out front again, but only Cardinals there. And now out across the red line is Somso with the puck. Gets a shot on, just goes wide of the net. Bigford back out there from the top of the circle, shoots it. And Gill with the save in the cover. Excuse me. 3:53 left in the first. 2-0 Forest Hills. 2 goals on 5 shots. No goals on 3 shots for Big Rapids. From the blue line, a shot and off the leg pad. Lose out in front and now covered by Gill. As a scramble in front and now knocked down, and that'll be a penalty against Forest Hills. As it looks like Nick Kuhn will go to the box. In the first power play for Big Rapids with 3:48 left in the first. Kuhn, 2 minutes for roughing. And Big Rapids, who was 0 of 8 last weekend, will need a very key power play goal here to make it 2-1 before going into the intermission break. Forest Hills wins the faceoff. pressured and now thrown out off the stick of Balahowski at the blue line. Fast on him, though, is Healy, who gets below the goal line first, but Bowen plays it the other way. Now they have to retreat. Balahowski makes a move, gets through, now into the blue line, and gets met there. Leaves it for Kidder, though, off a skate, and now cleared off the skate of Flax and still in the zone. Back down deep. Forest Hills looks to ice it again, and they get it just past the backhand side of Flax's stick and down the ice. Half a minute off the power play already. Balahowski setting things up. Far side Welch across the red line and in. Pass to Bigford. He tips it in, and now Bome at the blue line after a clearing attempt stopped. Lee gives it to Blanchard at the blue line. Blanchard shot into the legs and now chipped out by Forest Hills by Tilly. McDonald gets to it before Bowen does and looks to set up the pass again. Near side, Bome pokes it, and now a bouncing puck. Blanchard controls it and loses it to Forest Hills, and now Bowen with a shot off the stick and bouncing puck just behind the net now as it hit Bigford on the clearing attempt. Bigford digging for it, can't get there, and now chipped out, and a loose puck in the neutral zone, and now Tilly to his forehand, around the defender to his backhand, and scores. Leo Tilly, the goal scorer, and now the lone point getter for Forest Hills, gets his 9th of the season, shorthanded this time as a failed breakout attempt bounced to the center ice position, and Tilly one-on-one had a lot of speed. And it's 3-0. Face-off won by Forest Hills. They'll go high off the glass and all the way down the ice. 20 seconds left in the penalty. Tilly unassisted on a shorthanded goal. And with 10 seconds left, and Forest Hills playing it back to their zone and getting their first, cleared all the way back down and off the end boards. That'll kill off the first power play. So it goes the other way. Big Rapids gives up a shorthanded goal, and they're trailing 3-0 now with 1:40 left in the first period. Out to neutral ice, and Almassian throws it in wide of the net. Forest Hills gets there first. Balahowski around his net. Pippin just past him out to the blue line. Sieber over across, and a shot by DeHaan flutters in and swallowed up by Bowen at his chest with 1:23 left. Big Rapids gets it out, but flipped back in by Forest Hills for icing, as Donikowski was about 3 steps behind his line. With 1:11, an offensive zone faceoff for Big Rapids. Huh?
Was the third goal?
Bigford on the faceoff for Big Rapids, tied up down to a knee, and now Forest Hills with it, throws it out to the blue line, but McDonald stops and starts too late. Came out, he had to throw it in off sides, and Big Rapids tags. Jones off his stick at the red line. McDonald throws it near side. Bigford just misses it. Forest Hills D to D. Stretch pass misses. Jones off the near boards, and Strokerts with a body. Now Welch into the zone. Backhand side shoots it on net just off the blocker with 37 seconds left, and now looking for a man, and no one. Pippin came down the center lane but didn't move over to the side, and the pass went out across. Now Pippin with it again. Welch just misses it, now controls again, now gets pulled down, and a hand in the air by both referees as the second power play for Big Rapids will come. A hook against what looked like maybe Donikowski. There are 2 players there for Forest Hills. Not sure which one they're calling it on. But with 20.9, Big Rapids on the power play again, as it is Donikowski. Bouncing puck, Forest Hills tries to chip it out. Kept at the blue line, dumped back in on net, just wide. And now Pippin attacking, but dumped all the way down. 10 seconds, Tilley shows his speed again as he's gonna be the first one to get there, but Bowen plays it up the near side. 3 seconds, 2 and 1, and that'll do it for the first period. 7-5 on shots in favor of Forest Hills, 3-0 the score. And Big Rapids will head to the first intermission break down 3-0 with a minute 40 left on their power play. When we return after this first intermission break, we'll recap that first 17 minutes of action here on Big Rapids Hockey on YouTube.